Hello friends, this is Astrologer Mohnish once again, and thank you for watching my videos about Vedic Astrology. In this video, I'll share with you some of the major doshas or weaknesses in your chart. You need to understand this also as an astrologer, that what are the combination of the planets which will bring your horoscope downwards, which will show hindrances, problems, issues, challenges in your material life also, or maybe in the psychological life also. There are many psychological issues we go through in our life. And the sudden combination of planets add to those psychological issues. Fear, anxiety, stress, pain, depression. These are all signs of those psychological issues. And there are many other factors in your horoscope which can lead to the problems of your life, which will not allow your horoscope to expand, to get you the gains of your life. Everybody puts efforts, everybody does hard work, but not many gets the fruit of that hard work. Some are getting a little fruit, some are getting higher results of the same action, what they're doing. So what are those factors which leads to that how much of effort you will give and how much success you will get, versus you continue to put your 100%, your struggle, your hardships, but you still not been able to get the fruits. And in this video, I'm going to share that with you. Very important video. And I would encourage that if you have not watched the previous 41 videos I have created, you must go and watch them also, because this is how you will understand how the whole science works, how these planets work, how they are governing the destiny of your life. Your birth is not a coincidence. It is a mathematical algorithm which decides your time and your place of birth based on the karmas what you're bringing in this life. And these 9 planets are the governing bodies. They can give you results enormously, and they can also give you the hardships enormously. So without much of my talks here, I'm going to show you my slide, and then I'm going to show you one of the practical examples also, that how you see the problems and doshas in your chart. And these problems, the more you will find in your chart, the more problems you have. This is called the blemish. How many blemish you have in your chart will correlate to your success, failure, hardships, problem, psychological problems, or any hindrances in your life. So let me share my screen with you. Now this is a slide I always share with my students who are learning predictive Vedic professional astrology from me. And we normally talk about the career and the financial prospects. And these are the major doshas which create problems in your behavior, in your career, and in your financial growth also. Normally, in the time and era where we are living, people consider that financial growth to be the measures of your success. And that's the reason we always write it here as how much growth you will get in your life financially to see the success of your life. Because nowadays everything has been seen from the financial perspective. So if you have any of these doshas in your chart, or multiple doshas out of these 14 doshas, these are the hindrances in your chart. These are the blemishes in your chart which will curtail your success, which will show you the hindrances, problems on the psychological level also, and on the material life also. So the first and the foremost is the Pitra Dosha. Pitra Dosha is the curse of the ancestry. And how it has been formed: if Sun and Rahu are in conjunction, Sun and Rahu are both sitting in the same house. Conjunction means they are 10 degrees close to each other, and association means they are sitting in the same house. So anything, either association or conjunction of Sun and Rahu together, causes this Pitra Dosha. Or the ninth lord whatever the ninth lord you have in your chart, if that ninth lord is sitting with Rahu, again association or conjunct, you have the Pitra Dosha. And this dosha curtains your success in life. Mainly it is a curse which will not allow your family tree to grow. You may see hardship in conceiving if you are a girl. Childbirth in your family can be delayed. There could be miscarriages. Or your children may not be born very healthy. So Pitra Dosha is the leading troublemaker in the matters of child-related or childbirth. Or sometimes it can cause intense, immediate failure in your life. You were doing good. You were on the path of your success, the ladder you were trying to climb, and all of a sudden, everything came to halt. So it's very, very powerful dosha. And if you see that dosha in your chart, you must try to remove it. And how you see these doshas are, I'm sharing my screen to show you the software. So if you have Jagannath Hora, okay, this is Jagannath Hora. So this is the chart of current day and time. Let's say I'm going to create a new chart. You see the doshas in the Lagna chart as well as in the D1 chart. The most prominent ones in the D1 chart. And the D1 chart is the Bhava Chalit chart. Right click in here, select the Bhava Chakra based on D1, and your reference point should be always as Lagna. And then what you need to do is go to houses, right click in here and select Placidus house system and ascendant as the start of first house. This should be your settings for the Cuspal chart. Cuspal chart is a real situation in the skies as you were born, the real position of the planets, and the Lagna chart is an abstract view of the skies at the time you were born. So you can see these happening on both the charts. The most potent will be in the D1, but if it's happening in the Lagna chart also, there will be some difference of the degrees, but the dosha is still there, right? So Pitra Dosha is formed when the Sun and Rahu, they are in the same house, conjunct or in association, or the ninth lord, which is Saturn in this case, is sitting with Rahu, then the Pitra Dosha will be formed. So again, I'm showing you this example. I'm not showing you the doshas here, but showing you in the software what to see and how to see these things and what should be your settings. So look at the Lagna chart and look at the D1 chart also. The D1 Cuspal chart is the most important chart. It is the real picture of the planets in the sky. Okay. So let's go back. So second dosha is the Papa Khatri dosha. Again, this dosha is caused when the one of the benefic planet is hemmed by the two malefic planets. Okay. So if you have let's say the benefic planets are Moon, Venus, Mercury, Sun and Jupiter, and if any of these planets, let's say this is your chart, and let's say you have Moon, let's say you have Jupiter sitting here, and Jupiter is then being hemmed by either Rahu here and Saturn here, or it could be Rahu here and Saturn here. Okay, so any planet which has been hemmed, a good planet hemmed by two malefic planets, is called a Papa Khatri dosha. That means that planet will be in distress. Just like, for example, if you're sitting in your room and I bring two negative energies, two negative people, horrific looking people sitting right next to you, how will you feel? You will feel discomfort. You will feel negativity. You will feel fear. And that is what the Papa Khatri dosha produces. A benefic planet hemmed means being sandwiched between two negative planets. Negative means the natural malefic. For instance, if you have Moon here and Moon is being hemmed by Mars in this house, second house, and Saturn in fourth house, Moon is being hemmed. Or same thing can happen when Moon is in any of the houses and these planets, the two negative planets, are sitting in the same house. So I'm taking example of Moon here, but it can happen to Mercury also, Sun also, Moon also, Venus also, and Jupiter also. They are the good planets, but they are being hemmed by negative planets. This is Rahu, Ketu, Saturn and Mars. So if Rahu, Ketu, Saturn and Mars are hemming your good planets, that planet is in distress, and you will see that the struggles of your life will come whatever that planet is a lord of, or wherever it is aspecting. So very important, Papa Kartari Dosha, you need to remove this ASAP if you see that in your chart. Now Kalsarpa Dosha, a lot of information is given online. It is when all the planets are within the axis of Rahu and Ketu. So Kalsarpa Dosha is caused when all the planets, the 7 planets, are within the axis of Rahu and Ketu. Let's say Rahu is here and Ketu is here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and all the planets are in this axis or within this axis. So again, many professional softwares can show you these doshas immediately, instantly, but you need to understand that Kalsarpa Dosha causes depression. It's a lock of karmas. If it is happening on your chart, it will curtail your progress significantly in life. Many celebrities, many known personalities have Kalsarpa Dosha in their chart, and the moment they know it, they remove it. And you can read their biographies if they have openly talk about it. But I know many celebrities, many popular and successful people who had these doshas, but the sooner they realized it in their childhood or by their parents, they got rid of these doshas. And with the rudrakshas, with the mantras, with the gemstones, you can remove any doshas of your life. It's a combination of factors which you need to bring in place to remove any big dosha in your chart. Now, Vish Dosha causes when Saturn and Moon are in conjunct or mutually aspect each other's sign or exchange of sign. So if Saturn and Moon are sitting together, conjunct or association, or they are mutually aspecting means Saturn is aspecting Moon, Moon is aspecting Saturn, this is called a Vish Dosha. Again, it causes severe depression, because it's your mind which has been afflicted by the negativity of Saturn. And it causes so much of problems in your relationship. Your nature becomes poisonous. You become a person who is not a versatile. You are always in a fear. You're always negative. And it causes isolation and depression. Now, Shrapit Dosha, when the same combination is, instead of Moon, the Saturn and Rahu together. Rahu is a Chandal. It is a Chandal. It's a most evil planet. And Saturn is, again, a negative malefic planet. When the two malefics meet together, they causes the most malefic results in your life. This Shrapit Dosha causes the most rigorous sins and the curses of your life. You will always be following the negativity. You will always be pessimistic. You will always be a person with a depressive outlook, and also being attracted towards the negativity of the things, wrongdoing of the things. So Shrapit Dosha can burn all your relationships also. So very, very dangerous dosha, Shrapit Dosha. So you must get rid of this ASAP if you find it in your chart. Now Gandmool Dosha, it's a very minor dosha. It is actually happening when Moon at the time of your birth is in the nakshatra of Ketu or Mercury. So nakshatra of Ketus are Ashwini, Magha and Mula, and for Mercury it's Ashilesha, Jyeshta and Revati. If any child is born during those nakshatras, let's say how you see that. So you go to this chart, and if you see in the basic information, today Moon is in the Rohini nakshatra. So let's say if somebody is born, I'm going to go forward to Mars 3. So I'm looking at this line. Moon is in Rahu's nakshatra of Rahu. If somebody is born right now, in next 2-3 days, and then Moon is in the nakshatra of Jupiter, and then Moon is in the nakshatra of Saturn, and then Mercury. So Mercury, Moon is in the nakshatra of Mercury, right here. You see here Mercury and Pada 1 and 2. So 3 and 4 Pada loses it. So if you go to the basic information, you will see that Moon is in the Ashidesha nakshatra Pada 4. Pada 4 reduces the impact. But if we go back in the time, few minutes or few hours, we will see that it will maybe in the Pada 3 or Pada 2. So let me see that. So Moon in Ashidesha Pada 4. Let's see that hourly. Yes, he is in Pada 3 now. Right? So this is causing the Gandmool nakshatra dosha. So Gandmool nakshatra, similarly, Moon in Mercury or Moon in the Ketu nakshatra, Pada 1, 2 and 3. Padas are the division of the nakshatras, 4 division of the nakshatras. That causes the Gandmool dosha. And Gandmool Dosha causes again the karmic problems in your life, especially at the very young age of a child. If a child is born with this nakshatra, you need to purify it. Something malefic they are bringing in this life. Sorry about my voice. I'm back from my holidays and my throat is a little itchy. So Gandmool nakshatra is, you need to purify it with the puja, with the fire labs, puja, mantra chanting. Your home priest can do that, ceremony for your child. Do that, removing that malefic effects of their previous karmic acts, what they're bringing in this life. Now, Angarak Dosha, very, very problematic dosha. If Rahu and Mars are sitting together, conjunct together, or mutually expecting each other, this causes the most problematic aggression or the behavior problems in someone's life. Rahu is Chandal, Rahu is obsession, Rahu is force multiplier, Mars is fire. So fire and Rahu. Rahu is acting as a oil in the fire. People who are very aggressive, people who get instant emotional turmoil, people who get sudden outburst of their emotions, they have this Angarak Dosha in their D1 chart also, or could be in D9 chart also. So when you see Angarak Dosha, always make sure you see in the D9 chart also, right? So this is the Lagna chart and the Kaspal chart. We see that the doshas here also, but you must see the dosha in the D9 chart also. See, you see Moon and Rahu are here in this chart. They're causing the affliction of mind. So if Rahu and Mars are conjunct, let's say if Rahu would have been here with Mars, this is causing Angarak Dosha in D9 chart. D9 chart gets activated after the age of 30 or once you get married. You will have a behavior problems, psychological behavior problems in the later half of your life. But if this is happening in the D1 chart or the Kaspal chart, all through your life, you will find yourself in an emotional turmoil. If you lose your temper or you become aggressive, you will go ballistic, uncontrollable. So very, 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 very dangerous dosha. And especially when we do the marriage compatibility, we always make sure that none of the boy and girl has this Angarak Dosha present in their chart. Otherwise, they will be too much dominating, my way or highway, or a person will have a instant outburst of emotions, which can cause so much of problems in your marital life. Now, Guru Chandal Dosha, I don't teach astrology to anyone who has this. Jupiter conjunct with Rahu. See, the problem is always Rahu or Saturn. Rahu is a Chandal planet. Wherever it sits, with good planets, if it sits, it literally take away the good properties of that planet. Jupiter is the planet of wisdom. Jupiter is a Guru planet. Wearing a yellow sapphire of Jupiter increases your wisdom, your power, your projection, and also your connection with your students. If you're teaching something, it gives you the outlook of being an acharya, means a person who is teaching something. Like me, I'm the acharya of astrology and you are my students. If Guru Chandal happens, that means you will never obey your teacher. People who are afflicted with this dosha, they think they are smarter than their teachers. They think they are smarter than their gurus. They will never obey their gurus. They will always struggle in learning because they learn through their own experiences, through their own abilities or experiences in life, but they fail to learn from the gurus. And normally when people reach out to me to learn astrology, if I see this happening in their chart, I don't take chance. I tell them I cannot teach them astrology, to be very honest with you, because I know they will not respect me, obey me. They will start finding their own rules, and that will be disrespect to the guru. So Guru Chandal Dosha, it causes struggle in learning through a guru. People are always learning through their own deeds, through their own actions. And this is a karmic problem. The Guru Chandal Dosha happens when you have done something very drastically wrong in your previous life. You might have killed your teacher or disrespected your guru, or maybe, killed your father or disrespected your father, because your father is also a guru to you in your life. So Guru Chandal Dosha can cause issues with your father, who is a guru in your life. The first guru in your life is your father, who teaches you how to walk. And the Guru Chandal Dosha, your teacher, your father, anybody who is trying to teach you, you will think that person is your biggest enemy. Now, Grahan Dosha, moon and sun conjunct with Rahu. This is called eclipse. If moon or sun gets conjunct with Rahu, this is called eclipse, the Grahan Dosha. Because moon, Rahu and Ketu, Rahu is the one which causes the lunar and the solar eclipse. If moon and sun, if moon is sitting with Rahu, just like the chart I showed you right now, let's see that. If moon is sitting with Rahu, right here, it was in D9, let's say D9 chart. See, moon is sitting in with Rahu. And sun is also here. In D9 chart, this dosha is forming. Now, D9 is a partial dosha. It's not full dosha. It's a dosha which may trigger in the later half of your life. It makes you narcissist, like pessimistic approach. Rahu is a phobia, hallucination. Sitting with moon, it will cause the drastic problem. You will always think, too much, high-headed sometimes people become, or too much being hallucinated, phobias. You think spirits are there, things are talking to you. You will start feeling, so much negative in life also, and being hallucinated also, that you cannot see the reality. Rahu and moon together, they curtain the reality of life. They show you the shadow of the life, the hallucination of life, the phobias of life. And sun and Rahu causing here not only the eclipse but also causing the Pitra Dosha. So again, when you see the D9 chart causes the partial dosha. So it's not full dosha, but it's still there. If you want to remove it, you can remove it by consulting a good astrologer. Or if it is happening in your Lagna chart or the D1 chart, then these dosha will cause huge problems in your life. You have a blemish in your chart which needs to be fixed, otherwise your progress will be curtailed. Moon hemming, again the Papakhatri dosha. So when the moon is being hemmed by two malefic or respected by many malefic, it causes the hemming of the moon. Again, let's say this is your chart. This is your chart. And if moon is, let's say, in the 7th house and Rahu is in 6th, let me redraw it here to make it more clear. So let's say if moon is hemmed by two malefic, hemming means any planet sitting in the same house. Okay, so moon is in 7th house, for instance, and Mars is in the 6th and Saturn is in the 8th. Or it could be any two malefic planets. Mars, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, they are all malefic planets. If any of these planets are surrounding moon on either side, or maybe sitting in the same house, hemming moon, that's called the Chandra Dosha. Your moon is your mind which travels through body to body. If your mind is being hemmed, everything is hemmed. Your thoughts leads to actions, action leads to karmas, and karmas give you the results. So your thought is coming from your mind, which is controlled by moon. Your emotional sense, how the world is treating you. If that is hemmed, your thought process is negative. Negative thoughts leads to negative karmas. Negative karmas leads to negative results. Depression, suicide, aggression, it all happens due to the hemming of moon. Be aware of that. And believe me, I'm not saying this on the textbooks level. I have more than 1400 clients all over the world, and I have more than 300 students all over the world. I'm teaching you, telling you from my expertise, from my experience. I have seen cases of bipolar disorders. I have seen the cases of ADHD. I have seen the cases of mental psychological problems. I have seen the cases of suicides also. All happening because the moon is hemmed. So believe my words, guys. I'm not a textbook astrologer. I am an astrologer which is coming through huge expertise, experience, and my journey through the astrology is very, very intense and a lot of research based. So I'm not a textbook astrologer. Many people try to Google it and then they question my methodologies. God bless them. Okay, if you want to learn the practical, real astrology and how it works in the real science, you need to work with many charts, real-time charts. And I have a real-time students, clients all over the world. Okay, So don't take me lightly, guys. I hope you don't have Guru Chandal Dosha. If you have this, then God bless you, okay? Then I can't convince you. Shani Dosha, Saturn is weak in your chart. Shadbal of Saturn, you know how to see the Shadbal. If not, just go back and watch my previous videos. If Saturn is weak or the nakshatras are weak, 6 and 12, I'm bringing the Nari astrology here, but just ignore it for the while. If the weak Shadbal of Saturn and Saturn is showing some negative houses in the nakshatra and sublord, watch the previous videos to understand what is nakshatra and sublord. Then you have a Shani Dosha. Saturn is the most important planet when it gives results of your karmas. If Saturn is weak, Saturn is showing the negativity, then your Saturn is going to give you the bad results of your karma. So you need to fix your Shani Dosha by wearing 7 Mukhi Rudrakshas. Rudrakshas are the key to remove all doshas. Even Kalsarpa Dosha can be removed. Vish Dosha, Shrapit Dosha, any dosha by the right combination of Rudrakshas. Like I'm wearing 9 and 13 right now. Any combination of Rudrakshas given by a proficient, experienced astrologer, the doshas can be removed. Okay? This is the science of quantum physics. If you know what is wrong in your chart, if you acknowledge that problem can be dissolved by doing the right karmas and the right remedies. Okay? So Shani Dosha, again, check the Shadbal, the strength of the planet. Shani is weak and Shani is showing 6 and 12, the most malefic houses. In nakshatra or sublord, you may not get the full potentials of your life because Saturn is, during its Sadesati and Mahadasha, will bring you down. Saturn is just like you're playing a game of snakes and ladder. If Saturn is good, you will get a ladder to climb your career, your heights of your life. If the Saturn is bad, it's going to bite you like a snake to bring you down. Saturn in your chart must be good. If not, fix it. Khem Dosha, again, no planet near moon. So moon, Khem is the dosha of isolation. Let's say the same example, if your moon is sitting here or any other house and there's no planet near moon, there's no planet in the 12th house from moon or the second house from moon or in the same house of the moon, your moon is sitting alone in one of those houses. That is called the isolation dosha. Means you will be isolated. You will be separated from the material world and you want to be confined into your own world. So this causes depression also, because when you are confined to your own thinking, you get alone, you get isolated and you get into the negativity, and sometimes you get drowned in that negativity, right? So moon sitting alone causes that Khem Dosha. Now 159, the house number 1, 5 and 9, these three houses, let me draw it again. You know that these are the triangle of your destiny. These three lords, the lord of first house, I'm drawing it here just to make it easy, the lord of your first house, the lord of your fifth house, and the lord of your ninth house. Lord means the planets ruling these houses. These are making the destiny of your horoscope, destiny of your life. If any of these planets are weak in Shadbal, don't look at the degrees. Degrees is textbooks. Okay? People say, oh, it's 2 degree, 3 degree, a planet is weak. No. Degree is the rule created by fake astrologers who did not want to go to the mathematical calculation of creating the Shadbal. So be aware of that. If you want to see the planet strength, go to strength and see the Shadbal. This is the Shadbal of all your planets. You can see the breakdown of Shadbal also. It's a 6-fold strength. Sthanabal, Kalabal, Digbal, Cheshtabal, Drigbal, Naisargikabal. So these are the 6 factors added. It adds everything: exaltation, debilitation, neutral sign, friendly sign, enemy sign. Everything is baked into it. Even it has a calculation from a D10 and D9 chart also. So look at the Shadbal of the planets. If this house, first house is ruled by Venus here, fifth is Mercury, and ninth is Saturn. In this chart, the triangle of destiny is ruled by Venus, Mercury and Saturn. If any of these planets, Mercury, Venus and Saturn, you see Saturn is very weak. Anything less than 7 is weak. Saturn is very weak. Even Venus is weak. So this horoscope will not grow because the triangle of the destiny is weak. And you can also look at the bhava bulbs. Bhava bulbs are the inanimated entities of your subconscious mind. To see the bhava bulbs, you can come here, and if anything less than 7 is weak. So look at the first house, 5th house, and the 9th house. See, the 9th is weak. And 11th is the house of all your gains. It is good in strength, but 9th is weak here. So bhavas and the lord of those bhavas, they must have the strength. Especially the first 5 and 9, very, very important. And if you want to learn more about the sthana bal, bhava bals, and how to see the strength, how to increase it, join my predictive astrology course, guys. That is the best thing you will do ever in your life. I'm telling you again and again that astrology doesn't come if you continue to read books. From books, you will never read astrology. You need a coach, you need a guide. I have more than 300 students, passive and active. Active means who learn one-on-one with me, and passive means who have taken my recorded courses. How much they have learned, and they have changed, transformed their own life. And not only that, they have transformed the life of all their near and dear ones, and many of them have become the commercial successful astrologers. It's a Brahm Gyan. Astrology is a Brahm Gyan. Means after learning astrology, there is no other science you would want to learn. Because if you can read the karmas, the manual of your life, and you can transform your life, there is no other science or no other thing you would love to learn after that. This is the boon of gods. Jyotish, Ayurveda, Yoga. If you learn these sciences, you become the master of your life. And you get a power to control your life, change your life, and also transform the lives of your near and dear ones. Last but not the least, the weak Yoga Karka. If you don't know the Yoga Karka, the lord of triangle and the Kendra houses becomes the Yoga Karka. So let's say these are the triangle houses, T, T and T. 1, 5 and 9 are the triangle houses, and the 4, 10 and 7 are the Kendra houses. The first house is triangle also and Kendra also. So any planet which rules the one of the triangle house and one of the Kendra house, that becomes a Yoga Karka planet in your chart. Mars, Venus and Saturn are the 3 planets which becomes a Yoga Karka. And I show you the slide for that. So if the strength of the Yoga Karka is weak in your chart, again you will not get the material gains in your life. You need to increase the strength of your Yoga Karka. For instance, I am a Cancer ascendant. My Yoga Karka is Mars. And to increase the strength of my Mars, including my yellow sapphire, I wear a Japanese cordon also to increase the strength of my Yoga Karka planet. So I'm going to show you quickly what is Yoga Karka. These are the Yoga Karka planets for these ascendant signs. For Cancer, Mars becomes a Yoga Karka. For Leo, it becomes Mars again. Taurus ascendant sign, Saturn is a Yoga Karka. Libra ascendant sign, Saturn is a Yoga Karka. For Capricorn, Venus. And for Aquarius, it's also Venus. How it has been formed, I'm going to show you one example. If you were born, let's take in a software actually. So let's say somebody is born Cancer ascendant. I'm going to just move the time to make it a Cancer ascendant here. Okay, let's go forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, right here. So now this chart is Cancer ascendant. So this is a triangle house, triangle house, triangle house. This is a Kendra house, the central house, central house, central house. You see here Scorpio in 5th house and Aries in 10th house. 10th is house Kendra and 5th is house triangle, Trikona house. So the lord of these houses both is Mars. So Mars becomes the Yoga Karka of Cancer ascendant. So again, any planet which rules one of your triangle house and one of your Kendra house, that becomes a Yoga Karaka planet in your chart, the planet which will drive and give you all the material benefits. Okay, it's very, very important planet. And then Mars must have the strength in the Shadbal system. So similarly, if you are born in one of these ascendant signs, these planets are your Mars, Saturn and Venus. Either of these three would be your Yoga Karaka planet. And it must have strength to give you the results of your life. Okay. Now, I hope this explains you everything. Again, what I'm trying to tell you here is that if you see these blemishes in your chart, these doshas, and somebody will have one dosha, somebody will have multiple doshas. So more doshas you have, the more issues and challenges you will get in your life. Your horoscope will not expand. The more hindrances you will get, the more issues and challenges you will find. So the people who are very successful in their life, either they have worked on these doshas or they are born with the blemish-free horoscopes. Look at the chart of Swami Vivekananda. Look at the chart of Rabindranath Tagore. Look at the chart of Sachin Tendulkar. Look at the chart of the big personalities. You will find they are either born with no doshas or they don't have anything to that extent which will curtail their success. And I've also seen many people who were struggling in their lives due to these doshas, and the sooner they fixed these doshas by consulting a good astrologer, their life changed. 99% of the sufferings are psychological sufferings. Your thought process. Changing your thought process can change your life. I guarantee you that. Your thoughts leads to actions, actions leads to karmas, and karmas leads to your results. And it's your mind which travels body to body. Based on your personality traits, you find a new body. Sattvic gun, tamasic gun, rajasic gun, based on that gunas, you will get a new body. So your mind needs to be 100% unaffected. Moon with Ketu, Moon with Rahu, Moon with Saturn, aspecting or sitting with them, Moon with Mars or aspected by Mars, it all causes inflated mind, psychological problems and issues, and emotional turmoil. So I hope this explains you, but I insist, if you are a true devoted student of astrology, join my course, learn it through me. I guarantee you, you won't find a better teacher of Vedic predictive astrology than me. I guarantee you this because I know what I'm bringing on the table. I know my capabilities. I know my capacity. If you are a successful astrologer, I am the successful person. Your learning goes with my style of teaching also. I want to make you successful. I'm sharing these tip of the iceberg. The whole YouTube course, what I'm sharing here is, it's not the complete professional course. It is just a tip of an iceberg of showing what my knowledge is and what you can do by knowing about your own self through my videos. But if you really want to start changing your life, changing others' life, being serious in astrology, get that Brahma Gyan, get that, the knowledge what God has given us. If you are selected one of those, if you can be one of those, if you have that, join my course. That's the only thing you want to learn in this life. And then your life is skyrocketing. Again, this is Astrologer Mohnish, and thank you for watching my videos. I will see you in my next video very soon. I don't get much of the time to make videos, but as I promised you, my subscribers, my viewers, you have given me a lot of love, a lot of respect. I can see your comments coming in, emails coming in every day. So I'm always there for you, even if I'm not being able to write email back to you, but blessings, my wishes are always with you. So again, Astrologer Mohnish, I'll see you in my next video very soon. Thank you, stay safe and stay happy.